The Western is a big joke. He swore your mother. He called your mother names, which, of course, difficult for you to utter. This is what he called my mother. But now in a court of law, when you present your case, you have to say what he said. You can't say terrible, horrible. I can't say it. This is what you're crying about. So that part we're going to deal with tomorrow night. But to us, the wives of the prophets, he treats them as prostitutes. The language he uses, all the wives of the prophets, he creates a brothel. You know a brothel? Where all the prostitutes live. And he creates 12 characters there in the brothel. And each and every one, he gives the names of our mothers. The wives of the prophets, prophet are our mothers. Who says so? We heard. But no, this is what Allah says. In his holy book, النَّبِيُّ أَوْلَى بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. It says the prophet is closer to you, to the believer, to the mu'min, than their own selves, and you are to yourself. They are even closer than that to you. Spiritual relationship with Allah's Rasul is so close that my blood brother is nothing. I can sacrifice him for Allah and his Rasul. They are closer to us. The Prophet is closer to us than our own flesh and blood, or we to ourselves. وَأَزْوَاجُهُ ummahatuhum, and his wives are your mothers. Allah says so. Where does he say that? He says that in Surah Ahzab. Ahzab. Where is Surah Ahzab? In this Quran, 2,000 pages. Where will you find it? Very difficult. Most especially for us, non-Arabs. Very difficult. Maybe the Hafiz al-Quran, he knows. The Imam knows. But generally, where do we find Ahzab? And it is a practice, it is a beautiful practice, that anytime any learned man, he gives you references from the Holy Qur'an, take the trouble of going home and opening the Qur'an and verifying it. Not that you doubt the speaker, that I have reason to bluff you, or the Imam has any reason to bluff you. No. By you doing that, by you taking up Surah Ahzab, where is Ahzab? Ask the Imam, what surah number is that? So he says Surah 33. And the ayah I quoted is from ayah 6, verse number 6. So right, let me go home and check up. Ahzab, chapter 33, I was told. Every page is numbered, so it's easy to find. 33, ayah number 6. You read it. See it with your own eyes. You read it, utter it. Read the commentary, the tafsir. Now that becomes a part of you. It's a knowledge which you have gained now, you'll be able to retain far better than we just heard in passing. The Imam said, الَّذِينَ أَوْلَى مِنْ النَّبِيُّ أَوْلَى بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَأَزْوَاجُهُ أُمَّهَاتُهُمْ. You heard it? You say something that, our Nabi is very close to us and his wives are our mothers. We heard it and we accept. But by seeing with our own eyes, uttering those words and reading the commentary, that becomes a part of us that we in turn will be able to share with other people. You can share, and the more you share, the more it becomes firm, a part of your knowledge. It becomes your capital. But now, very, very difficult to look up these references in the Quran. In the Arabic Quran, very difficult for us, non-Arabs. But if you have a translation like this particular one here, this is by Abdullah Yusuf Ali. It is the most famous translation that has so far among the Muslims of the world for the past 50 years. This is the most famous, by Abdullah Yusuf Ali. This one has advantages over all the other translations. In this, number one, that it has an ayah by ayah translation. Every other person who translates the Quran, what he does is the whole page of Arabic one side and English on the other side. You don't know which ayah refers to which one. This one is ayah by ayah. Like, for example, say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So you see the meaning on the opposite side. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say He is Allah, the one and only. Allahu samad, God the eternal absolute. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He does not beget and is not begotten. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. And there's nothing like unto Him. Ayah by ayah. So over a period, if you keep on reading like that, you passively seem to understand the Arabic itself. See, it's a constant repetition. Ayah by ayah repetition. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Qul, say, He is Allah, the one and only. Hu ahad. Allahu samad. See, by repetition, as if you understand Arabic. You might not be able to speak it, but passively you'll be able to grasp what is being said, because it's ayah by ayah translation. Then it gives you a commentary. See, like this ayah I read to you just now. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. You read it to anybody, let's say in English. You say He is God, the one and only, Allah, the one and only, God, the eternal absolute. He does not beget and is not begotten, and there's nothing like unto Him. So what did I say? Ask him again, what did I say? So, well, you said that God is only one. I say, yes. What else? So, well, He's got no sons and no father. I say, yes. What else? Very difficult. Finish. But now this one has a commentary. Everything that needs explanation is being diluted for you more. So your attention is focused on these words, these verses for a longer period of time, so you retain the message. Otherwise it's too concentrated. The Quran is a very concentrated book. Allah speaks by telegrams. He doesn't speak like you and me. You know, so once upon a time, the fox and the grapes, the wolf and the lamb. Or when you read other religious scriptures of other religions. You know, while he was going forth into the way, he saw a woman sitting by the roadside, and he came up to her. The Quran doesn't talk like that. Very concentrated book. It has to be diluted. So you need a tafsir, commentary, and this book has it. So it gives you 1,920 pages, this encyclopedia. It looks so small because this thin Bible paper is used, high quality paper. And you know, this Quran is the cheapest book you can buy on earth today. This book, 2,000 pages, 5 rands. Believe me, 5 rands. There is not another book on earth. If you ever bought a booklet for your child, a small book, a small comic thing, then you know what you pay for it. You know, 30 pages, 40 pages, 200 pages. How much you pay for it? But we don't know about this. You know why? Because we're not a reading people. The Muslims don't read. The very first word of revelation Allah gave through our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to us was Iqra, read. And we are a nation, a ummah, 1,000 million. We would say, La Iqra, we won't read. You read books. What books do you read? Do you read the Quran? You read the tafsirs? Do we? You know. We know ourselves. We are the people who read the least amount of reading we ever do. You don't even read newspapers. You know that we don't know what's going on. Five rands for 2,000 pages. So how do you do it? How do you do it? I'm not trying high pressure salesmanship. I am a very good salesman. That's why I'm here where I am today. Look, it took me a long time. What I'm able to do now, if I told you now, this book, there are 16 color pictures inside, 4-color job. The whole book is 80 pages, 250,000 first print. I don't know whether you know what, 250,000, you know what's 250,000? 250,000. What do you know? It's only words, 250, first print. 250,000 for giving out free distribution. Allah has blessed me. I'm able to do that now. There was a time when I would print a pamphlet like this. Me and my secretary used to go to the printer. We said, now quote us now for 1,000 and 5,000.